Okay, so now we are ready to start matmata. Let me just remind you that Complexy won the first map 13 to 10. Now they are on their own peak on matmata. The Martians will look for the revenge. I had some comments from Martians while we were walking outside to grab a deep breath of fresh air that this would be a reverse sweep, but now Skiers Paradox. Martians already starting great out there. 1950 having some troubles as well. He finds one, but Gabox with a brutal response. 4 versus 2 Complexy. Now playing 2 against 4. Blavex with another one. So now it means that only Losha will be alive. Losha 1v4 situation. Losha looking here for something more. Losha. Losha, I don't even know. Once I had it's Losha, once I hit Losha. But I don't know who reads it. Right, okay, the fact is that Martians with pretty sure first round. That was a quick set of kills presented to us by the allies here. Martians, they are seeking for revenge. I've seen them consulting strategy. I've seen them consulting lots of things. I was not listening to this conversation because I was listening to music to also get a reset for this map. But now Blavex, Gabox, oh, they are going for the fast pace right now. Those are 2 quick eliminations. Also Chiba trying to look for the response. Chiba, who is the only one responsible for the sides to still not be taken over, but Paradox finds RPG, a bit of a whiff from the complex player right there. So it's now all Losha and Chiba. Chiba still with a scope. Still with scope mode on, and Losha hoping to find a way to get this elimination. Now Chiba once again gets a chance, but he was spotted. Chiba, he need to play with the movement, he need to play very precise, but Complexy is in very tough stop. Chiba finds Paradox. Chiba still standing. Chiba still trying to outplay, using every surface on this car to boost, to jump, to hide, to climb up and climb down. Losha still have not been seen. Chiba, a lot of things are happening around him. He finally throws his nades. And Chiba now pushed by 2 players. Chiba cannot find neither of them, so now it's all up to Losha. 1 versus 4. It seems like Martians could be able to get the second point there because Losha will climb up straight under Gabox's crosser. So that means only one thing, that Martians are winning another round with a very beautiful start. It's 2-0 and Martians are starting this Masmada on the Berserk mode. Like, as I said, they were frustrated for this first map. They were frustrated, I think, for themselves because this first half especially did not go well. 1950, ooh, such a fantastic nade. We can see this one more time. He went for the lineup there and found perfectly, but now Skiers getting up easy. 3 versus 4. Martians, they did not say the last word, or maybe they actually did because Chiba with the scope. Gabox and Blavex is the only one alive. Gabox on the roof, Blavex with scope. Gabox, he's more on a quest right now because Blavex would just try to poke the enemy with the scope, but also Blavex stays very active out there. Gabox, they will try to slow this down. They will try to bait Kompleksi into the fight. Blavex is already trying to do this, and Gabox finds Losha. A beautiful duo setup here from the allies. 2 versus 3. It is the one kill to find the contact, and it might be the one to bring some fight into this round from the side of the allies. Gabox and Blavex hidden behind those backs. 45 seconds on the clock, so that means that Martians would need to get a bit faster. Let's see. Chiba in for the sides. Nalump in for the stairs, and now 1950 is the only one. Let's see, 915. Oh, he's also actually aiming for the stairs. 2 versus 3 Martians are looking for this fight, and now Gabox finds Nalump. So that means that A side should be open for the Martians. The plan is already there. 2 versus 4 clutch now turns into 2v2 with a bit of a tougher situation for the Complexity because of this planted bomb. 50 seconds on the clock. 1950. He's looking for that shot. Oh well, fantastic movement there with a precise headshot coming from 1950. Gabox is the only one standing. Gabox in the trouble there because Gabox on the reload. Gabox 1 versus 2. Gabox, he's managing to wound Chiba there, But the nade straight to the point, and this would be the first round from Complexy. It seemed like Martians might be able to find the winner. It seemed like Martians might be able to show us yet another clutch, but not this time because Chiba played this perfectly. 2-1 in Complexy. They would need something, of course. It's the Martians starting here on the better side since they were the one to get the privilege of choosing this side on Matmata. 1950. Now instead of dodges from the axis as they are trying to find the push shots. It was not enough. Gabox and Blavex going for those kills. Losha trying to come for the revenge, but skills with a double, and now Losha is completely alone. Losha left out in the sides. Complexy went for an aggressive push to take the terrain over, but it won't really end well for them because Gabox was the same as well with skills. 3-1, and yet again a very secure round for Martians. Complexy, if this situation on the server continue, they might be need to for one pause. I mean, like, if the score goes for 5 or 6-1, I would take a pause there just to stop this streak, just to stop this flow of positive energy, of dopamine that they are getting from the one rounds by them. I mean, of course, Martians, who are once again very close to the A side. Skills already in the position to plant. He looks for the smoke, he looks for the scan, but Losha is quick up there. 5 vs 4, and finally it's Complexy getting the first kill, but now Gabox with a very clean position. Nalum a bit too aggressively decided to play this alone and paid full price for it. 4 vs 4. Gabox with another scan, and finally Marshall should be able to plant the bomb for Complexy. Put one another agent out there, but Pavadox, this time he was the one to bring the punishment. 4 vs 3, 4 vs 2, because Blavex hit one as well. Losa now is the only one left. Losa 1 vs 4 clutch. Losa gets one. Losa far away from the side. Losa Spirit just beneath him, and it might be a killer for him because Losa, if he will be hurt, if he will be spotted, there's already Spirit on the very good position to bring this last elimination, and Spirit would be the one to find it. He just needed to wait for the info that he can freely go on his back and find the kill. 4-1. And Martians continuing the dominance on the ally side. Complexy, you need to find something more. Complexy once again going for the push. Complexy this time finding themselves under the explosion. Blavex and Pavadox with a beautiful cannonade to completely decimate the defense. Blavex with another one. Gabox as well. 5 vs 1, as Losa is the only one left. Once again, not for long. Spirits being the one for the last kill. Spirits yet again with a position that he could not waste. 5-1. One more round like this in Complexy would need a break, I think, because Martians are absolutely stomping those rounds. This map is going pretty quickly, and it might end pretty quickly if Martians would be able to continue the pace of getting points. Gabox and the whole Martian team once again going for the very fast push. Now secreted with this nade from Gabox. 2-1 since Complexy is getting something in the trade, but it's still not enough. A Pavadox in the side, spotting 1950. Chiba and Gabox, and now Chiba looking for 3 more eliminations if he wants to pull this clutch. Chiba very close, but Spirits, he might not be an entry fragger, but he is an exit fragger because every time his team needs this one last elimination to finish off the round. It is 6-1. It is Martians with a fantastic T-side, with a fantastic ally side. T-side because, you know, Terra and also British. Haha, I'm not just like Mabo explaining my own boss. And the Martians are not satisfied yet. They're still hungry for the victory. They're hungry for Stomp to absolutely humiliate Complexy on stream. And now Pavadox with another fantastic start. Complexy, this time they actually have the grasp of the A side, but they do not have the grasp of the advantage. Now they are actually able to tie their things up. 4 vs 4 in the Complexy, hoping that 1950, the smoke, might get something more. Might get elimination. Losa as well looking for something more. And Martians this time playing a bit slower since they were not able to get as aggressive pushes earlier. Losa very carefully hiding the head so he would not get caught. And RPZ, oh, this would be a very important one. RPZ, he might be surprised from the heaven. He might be surprised from the roof. Will he check this? He will not, but 1950 will. So it's 4 against 3. And finally, we see Kompleksi getting a bit of an advantage, but Gabox was also there. Gabox with another one. 3 versus 2 and Gabox. 14-1. We see the Gabox we've seen in the game against Bomb Squad. 3 versus 2. But Losa cannot escape freely, cannot reposition freely. Blavex with a kill. Blavex spotting also RPZ. And it's now 1 versus 3 from Kompleksi. RPZ, the bomb already planted, and Skill willing to do it to get this points for the Martians. 7-1, 5th round in a row, and it seems like Martians are actually going to completely obliterate the rivals here. And still, yet no pause. Martians, one again with a very quick smoke. Martians going for the fast push with the nades. 1 nade, 2 nade. Oh, Gabox is aiming for the position where Kompleksi should escape. Gabox. This time this nade won't land, but already Martians nearby the side, playing around the smoke. Gabox looking for the scan. Gabox looking for another one. Kompleksi having only one player there, but RPZ gets kills. At least 8 rounds into the game, we finally see Kompleksi being able to fight back. Kompleksi being able to fight in the beginning of the round. There's still a mid part, and also the endings, which are pretty much won by the Masters. Looking for the scores in Gabox once again. Elimination number 15. Gabox could not get the next one because Pavlex was there, but Gabox finding Chiba. RPZ looking for revenge, but RPZ is left out. Pavlex has to escape, but he has cover, so it should not be hard for him to recover there. 3 versus 2 Martians. Up to win the 6th round in a row, up to the score of 8-1, but RPZ will not let this slide. 3 eliminations from him already. He might even look for the ace. Nalump looking for his first kill out there, but he won't have any help because RPZ in an unfortunate timing spirit with a great pick. Nalump looking for something, but Nalump will go 0-9. 8-1, and we hear Martians again being very, very loud. The Martians are so loud that not only on Earth but also on Venus we can hear them. 8-1 and Kompleksi. I think they're slowly getting for the 3rd map, and actually I forgot what the 3rd map in this series is, so we'll see. But I can reassure you that it might be Dawnville. I wouldn't be surprised if it would be Dawnville. I'm not a huge fan of it because I hate them Dawnville, but okay, let's deliver this performance again. Pavadox also delivering again. Pavadox with 2 eliminations. Pavadox with the 3rd one. Pavadox, Gabox, and now it's only 1 person left. Nalump finally get the 1st kill, but it is too late to do this. Pavadox for the 4th. 9-1 Martians. Continuing this dominance, continuing to absolutely bully Kompleksi on the server. 9-1. Still we don't see pause. I think Kompleksi even now does not seem really a purpose of taking one. Kompleksi, can they keep Martians from getting 2-digit score? It does not seem like it because Blavex and Pavadox. Martians playing very simple offense right there because the whole offense is just pushing very fast on the AC. But now Losa gets 2 eliminations. We get to see this one again. Losa, it might be an important one because he was pushed. He was in a very hard spot out there. But now Pavadox and Blavex. 1 dead, 1 kills. 2 versus 2, but Martians already are gaining control on the sides. Kompleksi. RPZ in 1950. RPZ very close. RPZ, can he be the one to find the skill? RPZ, good position at 1950. Gets spirit, so now it's Blavex in 1v2 crouch. Finally we see Martians to struggle a bit in the round because Kompleksi finally seems to get something. Because and all that because of Losa. Losa, who was the one in this 3rd line of defense who was actually able to do something more. Blavex 1v2 Kompleksi already showed his position as well as RPZ, but RPZ will be able to finish Blavex off. 9-2 Kompleksi fighting to not let Martians go for the 10th point. 9-3. It definitely would be much more playable than 10-2. And we'll see if Kompleksi can win one more round. If Kompleksi can get 1 more point. Now looking for the cannonade, that's also getting 1 under the legs. Low Sachiba, they have to be careful. Because 1 more 4 step and this would end with 1 or even 2 entry kill for the Martians. But now it's kills Nalump. Lots of trades in 1950, trying to flank this whole fight. to bring some advantage for his team. But Martians might just push forward because Gabox finds 1950, and it sends a message, because if you find someone flanking, this means that the whole part of this map might be clear, because the one person that was holding it left his post, and now Tiba in the 1v4 situation. Tiba losing one ammo, but it was worth it because he got the kill on the Gabox. 1 versus 3, but the bomb is planted. Tiba, can he get this clutch? Tiba looking for any info, but Skills, oh, Skills was already out there with the Blavex. 10-2, a beautiful dominance coming from the Martians. 3 more rounds needed to bring this map to the decider. If they can do that, we'll see after a short break. And now we are able to start the round number 13. Martians by far completely stomping this map, looking for the fast closing and looking to bring us to the decider one more time, playing against Kompleksi. Once they were able to get 13-2, but it was on their own map, it was on Current and Gabox. Now they're a bit of trouble, and Kompleksi starting a bit better since Dosha can get 2 eliminations. Gabox hopes to find something back. We can see this one from Losha. Losha, oh, that was a beautiful push since he had not this much HP, and another one also brought by Kompleksi. 5 against 2, Blavex and Skills. Yeah, pretty much pushed down from the sides because RPZ finds Blavex. Skills with a nice scan, but he needs 4 more, and the bomb is planted, so the time is ticking. Kompleksi will find something on this T side. 3-10. Martians this time finally got beaten, and Kompleksi, it is a map they finally on the wanted ally side, so it might be possible for them to finally find something more. Those looking for another nade, looking for another push, and Kompleksi looking for another fast play out there. There is a smoke, there is also Nalum. Stairs already checked, stairs already under control. Nalum looking for the scan, but Pavlov's being the first one, and also Skills finding a fantastic timing out there. Skills with another one. Spirit, oh, that was a spray. That was a spray coming from the Martians, and now it's only RPZ alive. RPZ, we have a chance to see this one more push from Skills, so that was fantastic timing. And allies have been eliminated because Pavadox gets this one last kill. 11-3. Martians needing only 2 more rounds to bring this to the decider, to bring this for a BO1 to decide who will go for the big final, fighting against New Era. Kompleksi. And now it got a bit tougher because they need to win 10 rounds in a row if they want to go for the win. Gabox instead of nades thrown by the Martians, but they will just let Kompleksi out there. Papadox pushing the second tempo of skills, 1 for on trade, but Gabox already in great position. Chiba fighting back, so Kompleksi don't fall behind. 3 versus 3, but Gabox already trying to get on the back. Spirits gathering some info. Spirit with the push, he does have some trouble. Spirit finally with a nice movement there, with a nice jump pick. 3 versus 2, it's Chiba and RPZ, but Spirit already is the pain in the A to RPZ, but still Kompleksi is able to survive with those 2 players. For now, Blavex and Spirit, fantastic cooperation, and Kompleksi was trapped on this roof. 12-3. Normally we say it's a glass ceiling, it was a matmata roof this time, and those 3 points might be a matmata roof there. One more chance for one more point for Martians. 9 chances, just like 9 types of cards for them to go for the 3rd one, but Chiba starts well. RPZ and Gabox, fantastic nade, just what Martians were looking for. Kompleksi already putting RPZ on side. Gabox behind the smoke. Gabox, if he can find the exact right moment, RPZ cannot see his opponents, cannot see the rival. 1950 going for the plant, no more nades, so no one should interrupt this plant. 3 versus 3. Kompleksi can get positions right now. Gabox, Blavex and Spirits. Would this be the round where Martians will aim for the victory? Will grab this victory? It does not seem like it, because Dosa finds first elimination. 2 versus 2. Gabox finds 3rd one in this round. Gabox in potential with an ace. Gabox very close. And Blavex trying to play this with a sniper rifle. Gabox trying to bait Blavex. Checking lots of positions. Still plenty of time. 30 seconds on the clock, and Blavex finds Dosa. No potential ace for Gabox, but he still can find the win. Blavex. RPZ is the only one left. RPZ, he's waiting for the defuse. RPZ misses, and this might be crucial because Gabox finds the quadra kill, and Martians finds absolute domination of the rivals map. 13-3. Martians with a fantastic performance there, and this series one more time is brought into the side. Those 2 teams will play 6 map today against each other, so we are going to Tujane, and there we set this thing up. For now, I will ask you to wait